speaking with Geraldine Hardy today. Geraldine Hardy. Who is Geraldine Hardy?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me. Who is Geraldine Hardy? Wow. There have been many different versions of Geraldine Hardy. So I was born in Indonesia. My father was Chinese. My mom is German. And I grew up between Indonesia, Germany, and the US. Finished high school. I was a ballet dancer about 19 years. I went to a Russian ballet academy as a child.
Oh, in Russia?
No, in Germany.
In Germany.
And I then eventually studied business. I stopped studying business. My father passed away, so I kind of had my first severe PTSD. And then I went on that journey.
PTSD for our audience. What does it mean?
Post-traumatic stress disorder. So such a happening that triggers is literally a fight and flight and freeze mode in your body, in your trauma response, which
So
changed my whole life.
Everybody who has anybody has sometimes a trauma, and more or less people deal with that. Yeah?
Yes.
And a disorder is when we are not in order for a while, and if we have to deal with trauma and then get stress from that trauma, and then we have a disorder. But anyway, so this was your first time that you ever experienced really tough stress.
So it was really tough stress, and all the decisions I've made since then, until about just recently in the last 10 years, when I kind of started healing this trauma. So I've studied business, done a perfect career in various different industries. If this yachting, aviation, oil and gas, finance, banking, pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, I know only pharmaceutical.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't know that you did so many interesting fields.
So I lived and worked in about 11 different countries. So from France, I went to the UK, from UK, Portugal, Tanzania, Cameroon. I actually have to think. UK, and then I lived in Dubai, and then I went to Australia, Singapore, back to Dubai, France, Indonesia, back to France, and then Monaco, and Thailand, Cyprus, and now I'm back here in Dubai. It took me a while.
Wow, this is a remarkable life.
Yes, yeah.
You've experienced a lot.
Yeah, I had definitely different lifetimes. 2 divorces, definitely a couple of burnouts in between. So, yeah.
It has to be with so many countries, so many stations, so many different companies you've been working for.
Yes, different careers, definitely.
Different careers. But the reason why I have you here is now a medical reason. It's a reason we share an interest.
Yes.
I am interested in how to live healthy for a long time. And you are interested in the same topic, and you have also developed something regarding this topic. So it's basically the topic of longevity.
Yes.
So what do people have to understand what do they have to think of when we talk about this?
So it's in essence, but this is really my take on it.
Yeah.
In essence, it's not about living longer per se. It's about the quality of life that you have, because I live a very spiritual life. So I do understand that at a certain stage we have a period that, we will all die. But how can we live in such a quality life that we're able to overcome all these obstacles and our challenges and find peace within?
Yeah.
And that I look at the scientific fact, the medical part, which is longevity, regenerative medicine, but more like the root cause.
Yeah.
Why do we get sick? And I started doing that when 3 years ago I got diagnosed with a benign tumor in my left breast. And I had a virus since childhood in my body, Epstein-Barr virus, and it kept on flaring up.
Yeah.
So I went on this journey myself to try to figure out, and I already was a trauma-informed yoga therapist and practiced Tai Chi Qigong, meditation, pranayama. And I said, okay, how can we combine this all together? And that's where I met Dr. Carter, one of the doctors who is on my company's board. And we started with infusions. We started with simple infusions to clean my body, to regulate my nervous system, and to make sure that my body has this immune response. Because at the end of the day, it's also nervous system regulation. Longevity per se is about, okay, how do you move? How do you sleep? How do you eat? But most importantly, who are you in your mind? You know,
exactly.
your personality.
Yes.
So I had to change my personality. Like if you see my friends now, I'm not the same person 10 years ago, not even last year. And some people can keep up with it and some people won't. But that's when in the spiritual world we kind of level up, but it's not in a superior inferior
So do you have to be, does everybody have to be spiritual to have a long and healthy and high life quality life?
So, you know, I see it this way. We are multidimensional beings. We are physical layer, emotional, mental, energetic, and our wisdom body. I do believe it helps if you believe in something higher than yourself. If this is universe, life, if this is God, Allah, whatever that is for you, that is everyone's else prerogative. For me, it helped me to understand, why did I get sick? Why did I lose so many people in my life? Why did I have to go through these cycles? But not from a place of victimhood, more of the place, how can I take this power back within and take responsibility and accountability for my life and change?
I agree with you. I think that I believe very much that we have everything in our hands. Everything that's happening. I mean, at the end, anything is related to our choices that we make. And I think also this is where we are as a biological being. We are different to a machine. The machine makes choices. The AI also makes choices according to rational reasoning. But we make choices just out of the blue. We just have the feeling like we should do this, and then we do it. And that is also what drives us, what puts us sometimes in situations which are not so favorable.
Yeah, so this is exactly what out of the blue. It's subconscious mind. In this case, I wrote a whole book about my life in this case, and a memoir on
Really?
How many mistakes can you do and how can you...
What is the title of your book?
My book is Moments That Matter. It's a journey.
Moments That Matter.
Yeah. These are the subtle moments where they can make or break you, or they make or break you at the same time.
Where is it available, your book?
It's on Amazon and on 23 platforms worldwide.
You will have to give the link to Hamad that he can put it on the video, So that will be cool.
Yes. So that's where I observed and I looked at my life and where have I made these choices that have changed the trajectory of my life in the smallest moments that can be the most important moments, and how can I change? And that's where I looked at it. Okay, now you make a different choice. Now you change the way how you believe there. Do I act from a fear of lack of scarcity? Do I act from neediness? Or do I choose from wholesomeness?
So now you got to know Geraldine Hardy. She is interested in longevity, and you know now what longevity is roughly about and what is included in all this knowledge about longevity. And you know that Geraldine has written a book where she describes her personal way to longevity a little bit more. But we also met because you have a company and you started, you're a businesswoman, and as a businesswoman you have decided not to do oil and gas and whatever. You have decided to do something about longevity.
Yes.
And what is that?
So it's called ALINA Protocol. And ALINA stands in Arabic is actually light, and it's all about shedding light into the darkest corners. In the essence, we use longevity technology, regenerative medicine, and also new medical findings in stem cells, exosomes, peptides, and infusion therapy through Dr. Carter, who collaborates with us, and combine it with the ancient practices, meaning we use yoga, ayurveda, tai chi, qigong.
So so let's say anybody who is listening to us would like to buy ALINA Protocol,
Yes.
What do they have to? What is it that they are buying?
It's pretty much your own patient's journey. So if you have any pathology that requires first to get the diagnostics right, and then if it's, for instance, let's say burnout recovery, you are in a burnout. The medical team is going to diagnose and exactly understand where are you at, what is your nervous system like, and what can we do to work on the physical layer to reduce your stress levels and to actually work on your cortisol levels. So you have the medical part, but then we have also the naturopathic part and the homeopathy and also the clinical hypnotherapy, going into your emotional.
So very wide range
Yes.
of parts, and
Yes.
I can imagine. And in how much time does it take?
Depends on the pathology. It depends on, if like a burnout recovery program, we can do this up to 8 weeks. But if you have a different disease, that if it's diabetes, then it will require longer, and depends also on the person, and it depends also on what stage you are in your life and the age, if you're a woman or a man, in many different ways. But at the end of the day, all of us in our team, I have the protocols for energy and movement because I'm a trauma-informed yoga therapist, a Tai Chi Qigong instructor in training, and also an alchemy healer. I work on the quantum healing techniques. Despo Pushiri, she is my colleague, takes care of the naturopathy and the clinical hypnotherapy and transpersonal spiritual psychology. And Dr. Carter is mainly medical. He's a psychologist, he's a surgeon, but he's also chief scientific officer of one of the private clinics in Bucharest for cardiology. So he's the brain and the biochemistry kind of stuff. And we combine everything together, which means we look at the patient, not just like the physical layer, but we look at the patient like who is she or he, from the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, and the physical makeup.
So this is a very comprehensive approach to the individual person, basically. Yeah,
it is going to the root cause of disease, not symptoms.
Which is functional medicine.
Yes.
Going to the root cause.
Yes.
So you can book the ALINA Protocol also with Geraldine. Through the link which is below, and we are planning also to work together in German clinic.
Yes.
And looking forward to see this. My idea was always that you can't just go to a doctor one day and say, give me this or that supplement, and then believe that you will live longer. I mean, this is just
There's no quick
not
fix.
working like this. Yeah, you have to understand everything about yourself that is necessary, or actually, you don't have to understand it. The people who know need to understand it and need to convey to you what you need to do or what options you have to get a long health span. That's basically it, yeah? Is it?
Absolutely. It's guidance and support. The person, the patient, has to do the work herself or himself. There's no quick fix. There's no exosome or stem cell that will ensure you will live forever.
Before we finish this interview, I would just like to ask your opinion. What do you think? How old can we, or how long can we live?
With the science
what can be possible?
The science where we are at, I do believe that there is definitely, we have just started. I'm 48 now, and I know that this is not for me like only the 2/3 of my life.
Yeah.
That there will be more coming, but it really depends on me, how I take care of myself. So I would not want to say like, we definitely have a health span over 100 years, because I'm very spiritual. I do believe that we have certain soul contracts, and there's a reason when we will exit.
I read a quote from one longevity conference, and I think it was in Berlin. And they said the person that is living 500 years is already born. That is going to live 500 years is already born.
That could be the case.
And the way they explain it is, so if you are now 45, what did you say?
48.
48.
Well, thank you for making me younger.
Let's say you're 40, and you can just, with your concept, you can just make so usually you would live, let's say, in average until 80, 75, 80, I think is the average age now. So you could expand that by another 10 years with your method. That would mean you would live until 90, but that is another 50 years from now. By then, there's definitely already a technology out there that makes you live until 120, and by then there will be technology there that makes you live maybe eternally. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, we do live eternally when you look at it from the souls.
Yeah.
Let's look at, but the physical, this science and technology is ever evolving so quick and fast.
Yes.
And it's about especially really talented, gifted medical, scientific officers in science who can really, they can actually really establish like, okay, this is possible. But no matter how long you're supposed to live, it's the quality of your life. If you're still not in peace and you live 500 years, come on.
Yes, exactly.
Give me a break.
This is a good sentence to wrap it up. Yeah. So we want to have a good quality of life, and once we have that, everything else comes by itself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
It was a very nice interview.
Yes. Thank you.